January was pretty slow in terms of new game releases, but thankfully February is looking like it will be one of the biggest months of 2025 for new games. Other than whenever Grand Theft Auto 6 releases, of course, but February is still going to be a big month. At the time of making this video, there are 3 major games that will be releasing in February 2025 that you don't want to miss. So today I will be going over these 3 games to help you understand everything that you need to know about them before they release. But first, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos just like this one for the games mentioned in this video, subscribe to this channel. Now let's start off with the first game, which will also be the first game that will be releasing in February. That game will be Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and it releases on February 4th. Now if you haven't played the first Kingdom Come game, right now is the perfect time to hop into it and get an understanding of what the game is like. But Kingdom Come Deliverance is a story-driven open-world role-playing game set in medieval Bohemia during the early 15th century. The game is known for its focus on historical accuracy and realism, offering players an immersive experience of life during the Middle Ages. In Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 and 2, you play as Henry, the son of a blacksmith. The game will start with your village being raided and burned down by mercenaries, and your parents are killed in that attack, leaving Henry seeking vengeance and justice. The story will then take you on a journey of personal growth as you rise from a simple peasant to someone involved in politics and the military. The game has many key features that really make it stand out from other role-playing games, including a massive and historically accurate open world for you to explore to find unique armor, weapons, and complete side quests. Kingdom Come Deliverance also sticks to its realism by not including any form of magic, or any other fantasy themes like mythical creatures. Instead, the game will focus on realism with realistic and challenging combat with swords, maces, and bows, and requires you to go slow and be precise with your attacks. You will also need to sleep and eat to maintain your character's health and performance, and you will also have to spend time maintaining your gear to prevent it from breaking in combat, which will lead to a quick death. And on top of all of that, your choices within the game will change the world around you, which will add a lot to the replayability of the game, and it will add extra immersion as the game reacts to the choices that you make. But overall, Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 was an amazing experience, and the sequel will expand upon everything that we loved from the first game. And you can easily get hundreds of hours of gameplay out of each game. So if you're into realistic open world role-playing games with a little touch of survival in them, and a very unique medieval combat experience, you definitely won't want to miss Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on February 4th. It was actually very surprising how good the first Kingdom Come Deliverance game was, so the sequel is something I am very excited for. The next game on this list is AVOWED, which is developed by Obsidian Entertainment, the same team that gave us Fallout New Vegas, The Outer Worlds, and Pillars of Eternity. That alone should really pique your interest, as those are all amazing games, but AVOWED aims to give us a brand new role-playing game experience, in the form of a spin-off of Pillars of Eternity. While we don't know too much about AVOWED yet, we do know that you will create your own unique character to start your journey in the world of Eora, which is a vibrant medieval fantasy world filled with gods, warring factions, magic, and ancient ruins. But the game will mainly take place in the region of the Living Lands, which is an untamed wilderness full of mysteries, dangerous creatures, and competing factions. AVOWED can be played in first and third person perspectives, and it won't be an open world game, but the areas in the game will be large and you will have a lot to explore. When it comes to combat, you can expect more of a fantasy theme compared to the previously mentioned Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Of course, you will have access to the basic melee weapons like swords, maces, and daggers, but there will also be bows, crossbows, guns, and you can use magic. And on top of that, you can also lean into the dual wielding, which will allow you to mix and match to create unique builds. So in one hand you can be holding a sword, and in the other you can have a spell ready to be used, similarly to what you can do in Skyrim. In my opinion, the combat in AVOWED looks very fun. It doesn't seem too serious, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just seems like a very fun and enjoyable combat experience. But along your journey in Eora, you will encounter 4 different companions that will help you in combat and give you unique perks. But unfortunately for some of you, you will not be able to romance these companions. And of course, there will also be factions within AVOWED that will each have their own storylines going on in the background of the game, so there will be a lot to do. Now, with AVOWED being an Obsidian game, I am expecting a little bit of depth to the game, and even though it's not an open world game, I feel like we will have more than enough to do and explore. AVOWED really seems like it takes a lot of inspiration from Skyrim, but on a much smaller scale, and really focuses on player choices and consequences. From what I've seen, it looks like a lot of what you do in AVOWED will have some form of consequence later in the game, like losing the trust of an ally or making future quests easier or harder, and much more. So if that's the type of game that you're looking for, make sure to check out AVOWED on February 18th, or February 13th if you purchase the premium edition of the game. But if you're worried about this game and you don't want to risk spending money on something you won't enjoy, AVOWED will also be on Xbox and PC Game Pass the day that it releases, so that should help you save some money and still be able to try out the game. And the final game that we will be talking about in this video will be Monster Hunter Wilds, which will be releasing on February 28th. Monster Hunter Wilds is the 7th major installment to the Monster Hunter series, so by now many of us already know what to expect from the game, especially if you participated in the recent public access beta test, which I did, and I really enjoyed it. But in case you don't know, the core point of Monster Hunter Wilds, just like the previous Monster Hunter games, is to hunt down massive monsters, gather materials from them, then use those materials to craft better gear that you can use to take on even stronger creatures. It's a very fun gameplay loop, and it gets even better with the upcoming changes, which includes a seamless open world with no loading screens, brand new mounts to help you get across that new big open world, a weather system that will affect each hunt, and Monster Hunter Wilds will have a much more in-depth story for you to sink your teeth into. And on top of all of this, Monster Hunter Wilds is also the only game on this list that supports online multiplayer, allowing you to take on these difficult beast hunts with up to 3 of your friends to make a hunting team of 4. Like I said, I really enjoyed the beta for Monster Hunter Wilds, and I'm really excited to hop back into the game when it releases on February 28th. And those are 3 brand new games that you don't want to miss in February, but I would love to know which of them you are looking forward to most in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.